Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. This is episode 547 of the Ping Pong Flix Show. First things first, before I get into any DC stuff, I gotta talk about this because this is really, really cool. Okay, this is really awesome. Godzilla versus Kong, man. I know I haven't talked about Godzilla versus Kong now. This is a mainly DC channel now, but I gotta say, Tom Holkenborg, aka Junkie XL, although I think he doesn't want to be called that too much anymore. Tom Holkenborg, the composer of Mad Max Fury Road, Batman v Superman, and the upcoming epic Zack Snyder's Justice League, is set to compose the score for Godzilla versus Kong. Oh my god, that is awesome. He is getting popular. He is getting popular. And it really is. I mean, he's doing a lot of scoring, he's doing a lot of composing for all these big giant movies, even down to the smaller movies like Scoob. But in any case, getting good at his work, getting good at his job, getting a lot of work, and he is a fantastic composer. So I cannot wait to hear what he has in mind for Godzilla vs. Kong. Is this Batman v Superman again or what? I mean, look at the words right there. It's right over Godzilla v Kong. They put a V. I just realized it. They put Godzilla v Kong, not Godzilla versus Kong. Just like how they did the Batman v Superman. I'm telling you, Godzilla vs. Kong is going to be a new Batman v Superman type epic involving titans, right? Godzilla's going to win first. Kong's going to win the second time. They're going to have to team up together to fight some unknown giant enemy. Maybe or not with the help of Rodan and Mothra, but mostly Mothra. Why did you say that name? No, I'm just kidding. Godzilla versus Kong, Dawn of the Titans. Let's go. But yeah, seriously, Junkie XL, Tom Holkenborg. I love his work. I love his scores. I can't wait to hear what he has to do with Godzilla versus Kong. So that's it. Now on to getting on to more DC stuff. But before that, again, the Zack Snyder Bible. Put this out. It's actually an article from Variety. So Zack Snyder, when's additional shooting for Zack Snyder's Justice League scheduled for? And why did he ask that? Well, this is why. Variety is reporting that Los Angeles County is to give okay for film and TV production to restart this Friday. So you got to know, Zack Snyder's probably really, really busy, has already been busy. They've probably known this ahead of time. They're scheduling, rescheduling, and locking film locations and shoots for Zack Snyder's Justice League. And I think that is super exciting nonetheless. I am really stoked to hear what is in store, what's going on, right? I think Victor is probably going to get the call pretty soon. He's like, hey, Victor, you know that poster you won? Well, here's the slate. Come on over. Come on down to the set visit, meet, get to see an awesome scene with possibly Batman, Superman, Lois, or Martian Manhunter. So, yeah, my suitcase is ready for me to climb in, and then go ahead and pick me up, Victor, anytime you want. But seriously, so happy for that dude. I'm so happy for him that he gets to go on set with Zack Snyder, watch him direct an awesome scene for Zack Snyder's Justice League. So, yeah. When is it going to start? I think we're going to start hearing a little bit more. I think it's going to be ramping up soon. And Zack Snyder is incredibly busy now. Now that he's got the go-ahead, it's all green, it's all announced. He has to just get it together. It's awesome. I can't wait to see more of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Now, from Zack Snyder's Justice League, there are some more things involving possibly Henry Cavill Superman. As you know, Henry Cavill Superman is going to be in Zack Snyder's Justice League. He is one of the main cast members for Zack Snyder's Justice League. Either just season 1, possibly into season 2, possibly into season 3. You know, we don't know yet. But it's going to happen. I mean, he came on to announce Zack Snyder's Justice League, and also we had news and so on and so forth about him possibly appearing as spin-offs, or as a co-star, supporting actor, supporting cast member for other films, right? Like possibly Shazam 2, possibly Black Adam, possibly Aquaman, possibly The Flash. They don't know yet. Insiders don't really know yet, okay? This came out today, and this is actually from Screen Rant, but the original article video is from Heroic Hollywood. So if you want to check out the original video that Humberto Pipe Dream Gonzalez had broke down in his Heroic Hollywood video. The link is over here, but I'll give you the Screen Rant link in any case. Warner Bros. Reportedly believes Henry Cavill's Superman can't lead new movie. Really? Henry Cavill's solo Superman adventures may be over, as Warner Bros. Reportedly doesn't believe he can lead another DCEU movie at this time. Now, hold your horses, guys. Hold your horses. There's actually one little quote that Heroic Hollywood was able to gather that made this entire video that they put in the link in the bottom description below. But the insider source information said this: a standalone Superman movie would not be successful at this time. Perhaps once there's more momentum after playing a supporting role in some successful DC films, there would be more of a chance for a standalone film. Now, when looking at this quote, and it's amazing what Humberto Gonzalez does with it. He takes this quote, like he takes the other, and I'm just kind of really seeing it now. He takes a quote and he puts conjecture and speculation all around that. Pretty much almost like we do, right? So not everything in that video is the actual information. Probably there is something right here, and then everything else, like J.J. Abrams rumored to be Superman, that was way before. We've already learned about that. He's just peppering in those little moments to tie around speculation about this thing here. What he's really trying to tell you right now is that there is at this moment, because there's no time slate, there's no scheduling involved, of a standalone Superman movie with Henry Cavill. That's the basic of it. That's the basics, right? But he's ignoring what Cavill is going to be in, right? Cavill is going to be in The Witcher. They're resuming The Witcher. He's a hit on The Witcher. A lot of people love him. He is in Zack Snyder's Justice League. He has a role in that as well. A possible, maybe, a seasonal role in that as well. So there's a lot of work to be had for that as well. He's also probably finally getting to be in the Shazam universe. Now, I say more of the Shazam side because of the Garcia's relationship. So for me, is my guess in any way, right? That's my guess, because the Garcias are Danny, in any way, he's representing him. Dwayne Johnson really wants to beat up Superman as Black Adam. So my guess would be either Black Adam or Shazam 2. That's my guess. If he shows up in Aquaman, awesome. If he shows up in Flash, awesome. I would love to see him show up in other films as well. Not only those two films, but my guess for films in what they're saying is that's where he'll probably land up ending, right? So the really only true fact here is he's already been signed up as Superman. He's already getting to be paid as Superman in Zack Snyder's Justice League, which could be seasonal. He's also busy making The Witcher. So not at this time makes sense. This is right now, we don't have plans at this time. We're still working it out. We're still working out the kinks. But for sure, in some universe, it is announced already. Henry Cavill announced it himself. He's going to be in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Danny Garcia is pretty happy with the contract she already got. And whether it's just Zack Snyder's Justice League plus peppering him into other movies and then getting a movie later on, because there's a lot of slates already piled up. They're making a lot of films that they have to throw in there. There's probably one at the end of that little list there for Henry Cavill to arrive back as Superman. So I wouldn't worry about this one too much, only that we're going to get more Henry Cavill Superman for sure, 100%. So get excited. Get ready for more Henry Cavill as Superman. This is an incredible thing that's happening now because of this whole COVID-19 crisis, this pandemic that's going on. As you know, San Diego Comic-Con has been canceled. But what they're trying to do now is to have it at home. San Diego Comic-Con at home will be held from July 22nd to July 26th, and entry will be free. Of course, it will be free. We're at home. We can't go anywhere. We just got to log in on a computer, log in on the internet. And this event will probably include various panels about film, television, comics, and gaming from studios. There will also be an online exhibit hall available with limited edition products. Now, this is all coming from Collider Frosty. Now, Grace Randolph also said that they don't even have too many participants yet, but they're working on that to get more participants for this San Diego Comic-Con at home. And that's actually fantastic. I think I've always wanted to go to San Diego Comic-Con. I've always wanted to get there. At this time, of course, we probably won't do that for a long time. But at least maybe we can all share, we can all experience it together at home, at the comforts of your home, without having to worry about standing in line, being in a crowd. Yeah, I mean, that takes away the excitement of the energy of the room, especially at like a Hall H. But it's fine. I think we have to make do with what we can. But it could also mean that a lot of the things that they wanted to put at San Diego Comic-Con, such as, I don't know, big trailers like Wonder Woman 84, Godzilla vs. Kong. Maybe James Gunn is kind of ready with the Suicide Squad. Maybe not. I don't know. But a lot of different trailers will probably be at San Diego Comic-Con. And hey, maybe Zack Snyder may take this opportunity to debut his Zack Snyder's Justice League trailer, and maybe even pepper in Army of the Dead. I don't know. I mean, it sounds like a big place to showcase that stuff, especially when everybody's safe at home. Everybody wants to tune in. Break the internet. Zack, show us those trailers. That would be pretty damn awesome. I would be really, really excited to see what happens at San Diego Comic-Con at home. There may be a reason why I might do a live on that, but we'll have to wait and see. So, today, of course, was all about Katana and David Ayer movies. David Ayer himself put this out in support of Katana Day for Release the Ayer Cut today. I think it trended over 8,000 tweets today, which is not bad. And it really got people together, really got people talking about Katana, talking about Karen Fukuhara and her role in it, and possibly more role in it, as you know, it's been already revealed by David Ayer that she was supposed to be controlled by Enchantress at the end, and then she starts swinging and fighting her friends. This could be it. This could be where she's fighting her friends, or she could be fighting Enchantress. We're not quite sure, but in any case, it looks like a new scene. It looks like something he wanted to put out. Zack Snyder style, might I add, in this monochrome look to it. And if you look really zoom in and really closely, it is apparently it's a screen, but it is in motion. It's an actually freeze frame of something that he's watching at the moment, decides to take a picture of it and release it out for the Release the Ayer Cut movement that is slowly but surely growing, showing HBO Max and AT&T there's also an interest in David Ayer's cut, because you know what? A lot of things happen. A lot of things happened after BVS, including the changing of Justice League, and David Ayer's Suicide Squad was like collateral damage, right? He was in the way, and they decided to change his movie as well. After all, principal photography was already done. He had a cut ready to go. They decided to change it and Deadpoolize it, whatever they have said, to humorize it a little bit more. And then that's what we got in a theatrical cut in any case. So hopefully David Ayer can get his vision shown, but right now all he can say is that it's different. All he can do right now is keep giving us little nuggets like this, and maybe even get support from others. So when David Ayer says, yes, that broke my timeline, Johns added it in reference to Geoff Johns is the one that broke his timeline, Ray Fisher, out of the blue, just responds to David Ayer and says, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. And then David Ayer, of course, he goes. Now, this is interesting for Ray Fisher to come out under David Ayer to say, I feel your pain. You know, days after, right? Days after. Well, how many days was it? June 4th? Wow, June 10th. Okay, so numerous, like 6 or 7 days. And for him to say that as well. Now, John Aaron Garza has an incredible exclusive on his Real in Motion podcast with Ben Everts, and I'm going to link that in the description below. But he kind of explains why Ray Fisher is a little bit hurt by Johns, because Ray Fisher apparently didn't want to do his Cyborg solo movie because Johns would have been involved in that. That is interesting. That is interesting. To learn more, to hear more about that, check out Real in Motion podcast with Ben Everett and John Aaron Garza. I'm going to link that in the description below. Or it might be up here, depending how I feel. So, Ray Fisher, I feel your pain. Another person just putting out there, along with David Ayer, along with Diane Nelson, that Geoff Johns is instrumental in breaking their timelines, instrumental in not wanting to work with them. I mean, well, they don't want to work with him anymore. Grace Randolph teased that many DC execs, many execs in the industry were kind of blaming Geoff Johns for losing their careers. Yeah, I mean, Geoff Johns is a great writer. He's a great writer. And you know what? He may have been put in a position that he got way over his head, and expected to do something that he really should have done from the ground up. You know what I mean? Like from the ground up. I mean, I think a Geoff Johns universe would have been great if he hired his own crew. If he hired his own directors, if he hired everybody, his own actors, made his own story, started from scratch, right? At the same time, letting Zack Snyder finish his own vision, I think it would have worked well. And then peppered in that, that vision is still going on. That universe is still going on, while my separate universe is still going on. But you know what? I think it's easier to do that now with HBO Max at that separate media, right? Because you got your CW, you got your kiddie shows, and then you got HBO Max, which is more, could be adult oriented and will be adult oriented. Come on. Game of Thrones, Westworld, come on. Adult oriented DCEU on HBO Max, and then the movies where you can have a little bit of both. You can have a little bit of the blockbuster, you can have a little bit of the rated R stuff, and it's gonna be on that. It's gonna be there's 3 separate media platforms that they can produce content for. So I don't know. I think it's a little bit better now, but you know what? That's all right. Geoff Johns got his Stargirl. Sounds like it's doing good. Maybe one day I'll watch it. All right. Moving on. I want to talk about this. Is really interesting when Ray Fisher said that. It got me thinking about David Ayer tweeting this out to begin with. Right? I don't think he was even, I'm not sure, but I kind of think he wasn't even in this tag here. Oh, maybe he was. So David Ayer wasn't in tag, but he decided to pull this thing out. Cyborg is still stupid. Their answer to Iron Man, blah, blah, blah. Haters everywhere. David Ayer retweeted that and says, I like Cyborg. And I'm like thinking, would that be a great? He would probably do a pretty, really, really good job with Cyborg, I think. And for having Ray Fisher to kind of tweet under David Ayer in the other discussion over here makes you kind of wonder, doesn't it? Like maybe they've talked about doing something with Cyborg together. I think that'd be pretty cool. I think that'd be pretty sweet. So I don't know if that's happening. But I thought that was kind of intriguing, especially this was on June 4th and just was on June 10th. So let's see what happens. You'll never know. We'll never know. Now, we're talking about a little bit of Zack Snyder's Justice League over here because of Ray Fisher. Now we're getting to the part where I just want to just tell you a little bit about this. Zack Snyder put out an overnight challenge. Now, this is awesome. This is for the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention. There are separate pages for this overnight challenge. I'm going to read it to you here. I'm doing something incredible. I'm participating in the Out of the Darkness, a virtual overnight, an extraordinary experience where participants from all over the country join together to stop suicide. I'm fundraising to benefit the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Net proceeds will help those affected by suicide and mental health conditions by supporting research, advocacy, survivor resources, education, and awareness programs. American Foundation for Suicide Prevention has set a bold goal to reduce the suicide rate 20% by the year 2025, and I'm proud to be part of that mission. Thank you for your supporting a cause I believe in. Together we can save lives and bring hope to those affected by suicide. Now this is the Snyder family and a great picture of Autumn. For Autumn, absolutely, this is why we fight. The Snyder family, Man of Steel 7 years. You can go ahead here and donate to this. He's already reached his goal. He's already way past his goal. But there's also other people within the Snyder community that are also doing this, including the comic book debate. Mick D, of course, who actually kind of just started this whole thing. And then Sean O'Connell, and also Scott McKellen, Stephen Colbert, Dave Pena, and myself as well. I also have a page if you want to go ahead and donate to that. All of that. We're part of Man of Steel 7 years team for this Out of the Darkness overnight walks. Also, doing that virtual walk challenge as well, trying to get fit as well, but at the same time, we're going to try to save lives as well. So please consider. I'm going to link Zack Snyder's one in the description below. Also my own if you want to help out with that. I think I'm going to have to thank, Lord Koji. Thank you, Lord Koji, for donating to my page. Thank you so much, and hope others follow suit for that. It's a good cause. Now it's something a little bit personal, but because we were talking a little about Superman, Louis CENTENO, okay, has a GoFundMe here that I want to put out. It is for his daughter, and I'm gonna link this in the description below. She's in need of some medication, right? She's gonna need some, in addition to some daily insulin, because she's been diagnosed with diabetes. And so, very sorry to hear about that, Louis CENTENO. I assure I'm going to put this in the description below for anybody to donate to help him out. This is a great thing. He's a good friend. I would like to make sure that his daughter's okay. So if you have some time and have a little dough, help out his daughter for Yasmin, and also, of course, for Autumn. American Foundation of Suicide Prevention. All right, guys. Well, that is it for tonight. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.